of fulfillment itself through success is really not filling unless your success has transitioned into significance. And many of us in here today, whether we are to the degree of success that we desire or not, have hit some layer of success and sometimes haven't maximized what success could do because we never crossed over into significance. Real success, real significance isn't what it is if it's gone overnight. Today, as we define you, as we define your business, we are defining longevity of your success into significance.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Come on in this virtual room today. I'm so excited to be back with you all. Thank you all so much to my Facebook friends and family and Instagram friends and family for your support and encouragement and hanging in there with me. I know last week we were supposed to wrap up the final 2 of 7 days to the 7 days to Defined, where we are breaking down 7 mission critical attributes and principles to take and apply to define your life, define your business, define your finish. Unfortunately, last week we hit some situations, little circumstances that were beyond our control. You know, that little bug that's been going around kind of hit our house a little bit. And so since Sunday night, I was down pretty much in the bed up until this weekend. And now we're back in action. So all is well, feeling much better and ready to hit this week and hit this week hard. So what I wanted to do, just in efforts of preserving the integrity of the 7 days and the content that I wanted to release to you all as we launched our official, hey, I'm a Defined Coach announcement, I want to give you a 2-for-1 special today, and we're going to knock out the last 2 of the 7 days to define. Now, if you were hanging out with us, you know that we started last week breaking down the word defined, D.E.F.I.N.E.D, and the 7 mission critical principles and attributes that are required to really bring definition to life, to really bring definition to your business, and ultimately to like create this thing that you desire to walk into, right? Because we are responsible for what is inside of our circle. We are bringing into definition. We are defining the things that are inside of our circle. And so the entire bloodline and content of Defined Coaching and what we're releasing in here is 100% for you. So we went through, we started with the letter D for definition. We literally brought definition to definition and what that means and how to discover that and how to activate that in our lives and businesses. And then we transitioned into empathy, how to use an empathetic advantage to really bring a cutting edge to business and to our life. And then we moved into faith and what faith means and how to be rooted in our belief systems and leverage faith when needed. And then we moved into integrity, which is one of the most important aspects as well. All these 7 are obviously phenomenal, but integrity is such a big thing and a huge component to any level of success that we do. And then we went into noble. What does it mean to be noble? How to create nobility and use that in our life. And today we're going to close this out. We're going to close out the 7 days to define with the last 2, which is endurance and distinction. So hang with me here for a few moments as we dive into this. I guarantee you something is going to be said that is going to change the thought pattern, the trajectory of your life and your business today. So do me a favor as we get ready to dive into this. Share this video. Comment on this video. Let me know that you're here and with me today. Tag some people in this. Send this to them. Get them in this virtual room today as we dive through endurance and as we dive through distinction. 2 extremely powerful attributes that I wanted to end this 7 days to define on because of the significance and the importance of it. All right. So let's dive into endurance. We're talking today to start about endurance. In other words, thriving through challenges with resilience and perseverance. Okay, I think it's super important to understand that, especially for all my real estate people who are on here watching today. This market being extensively volatile as much as it is, and whatever business that you maybe represent, or even life at large, let's be honest, y'all, things are going a little crazy. Today is April 8th. This is a solar eclipse, a historic solar eclipse. There is so much that is transpiring that is just, this world is like, what in the world is going on? I mean, Taiwan had a huge earthquake. New York, New Jersey area had an earthquake. There's just all these things, right? And it takes resilience and it takes perseverance to push past certain challenges that we face in life and face certainly in our business. So I think it's important that we talk about endurance. So endurance by definition is the ability to persist. It is the ability to thrive, watch this, in the face of adversity. Now, why is it always in the face of adversity? Because there has to be something adverse, right, that is facing you in order for persistence and perseverance to really be what persistence and perseverance is, which means that you are not giving up. Okay. Now, my pastor, who is also my mentor and my leader, said to me a long, long time ago, he says, be okay with resistance, be okay with hardships, be okay with adversity, because if you're not walking face to face against your adversary, then you're walking side by side with them. Okay. And so immediately my mind shifted into just an understanding like, okay, well, we're representing the fact that either I am being adversed, right, or I am the adverse. And so which side of the fence are we on, right? Well, endurance means that I have the ability to to persevere through that level of adversity. And so persevering through difficulties, persevering through setbacks, sustaining effort and motivation over the long term brings into perspective exactly what endurance is. So let's do an endurance check today. Do I have the strength to push past difficulties? Do I have the strength to push past setbacks? Do I have the strength to push back through adversity? Right? Now, here are three main characteristics of adversity that I want to share with you today. Number one is resilience. Okay, huge, powerful word. That means you're bouncing back from adversity. And get this, you're doing it stronger than before. When you rise up from the ashes this time, you are rising up a bigger, stronger version of yourself than what you were before. Okay. And so resilience is the ability to bounce back and to come back stronger than what you were. The second characteristic of endurance is determination. In other words, this is the fact that you are staying committed to goals despite challenges. Right? Now, all of these items that we're going over today and all the items that we've gone over the last, whatever many sessions we've done, is these are things that we coach and we teach on all the time, right? So we coach our clients through determination. We coach them through resilience, how to actually do that, right? How to tap into those wells, how to make them active in our life and our business, how to move in them successfully, et cetera, et cetera. But for the purpose of today, because we just do not have the time to dive into those type of elements, it's important to understand what these characteristics are so that we can identify them and lock into them. So we have resilience, we have determination, and now we have patience. That's the third characteristic of endurance, is patience. This is accepting the process, right? This is staying focused on the journey. This is realizing that sometimes I have to have a bull's eye. I have to have a target in the middle of the target type of a view, and I cannot afford to let my eyes look to the left or look to the right. I have got to stay determined on the journey. Right? Now, why do you stay determined on the journey? Because you know that a journey is just that. It's a journey, right? Which means it's not going to last forever. At the end of the journey, you're going to end up at a destination. Today, we've got to define what that destination is for you. And we do that by way of endurance. Okay. So again, endurance, three characteristics: resilience, determination, and patience. Okay. Now let's talk a little bit about cultivating endurance. Okay, because we've got to build a mental toughness, and that is the first thing to cultivate endurance. Is you have to build a mental toughness. Okay, you have to develop a positive mindset and be resilient to stress. Super, super important, because life at large, this world, is a very stressful place right now. Business is stressful, family is stressful, finances is stressful, but we have to develop a positive mentality, which produces a mental toughness. We also have to practice self-discipline and emotional regulation. Okay. We have to practice self-discipline in the fact that, wait a minute, I feel this way, right? Am I going to react or respond? Because reacting and responding are two different things. Okay. And how am I reacting? How am I responding is predicated upon my mental toughness. Am I rooted in a positive mentality that is going to allow me to be resilient to stress and issues in this situation? Or do I succumb to the feelings and emotions that I have in that moment? In other words, am I not practicing self-discipline? Okay. So the second thing outside of building mental toughness in terms of cultivating, creating endurance is strengthening your physical stamina. Now, we just got off a coaching call this morning. Every morning at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, we have a coaching call with Dusty Oglesby, who is the visionary of Defined Coaching, and went into how the mental and physical well-being balance each other and will ultimately affect how you operate in those two spaces, right? If you're down mentally, you're going to be down physically. If you're down physically, you're going to be mentally, et cetera, et cetera. And so strengthening the physical stamina is super important because it's engaging in regular healthy habits in some way, shape, or form, whether it's eating, whether it's exercising, right? Means that we're pushing personal limits and embracing discomfort for growth. Listen to me. So good, okay? So pushing personal limits and embracing discomfort for growth. Because to be comfortable means that you are complacent, and to be complacent and growth cannot happen at the same time. You can only have one or the other. You have to choose which one are you going to sit in. Are you going to sit in growth, which sometimes stretches you, which sometimes feels a little bit uncomfortable? Or are you going to stay stagnant just because you don't like the feeling of growth? Right? So we have to embrace sometimes the discomfort that growth tends to bring to us. Third thing is that we have to do to cultivate endurance is we have to nurture emotional well-being. Very powerful. We have to seek support when needed. We have to cultivate optimism, gratitude to navigate these type of challenges. Okay. So again, cultivating endurance means we're building mental toughness, we're strengthening physical stamina, and we're nurturing emotional well-being. Okay. Now, in terms of applying this to life and business, now we've got to set realistic goals and expectations. Okay. We have to break down goals into manageable steps. Now, for all of our coaching clients we work with something called a GPS, okay, which literally is what it is. I mean, you get into the car, you plug in an address in your GPS because you're trying to get your vehicle to navigate in the direction to which you want to go, where your final destination is, right? We know we're here, we know we have to get there, but what does that journey in between look like, right? That is the GPS, that is goals, that is expectations, that is breaking it down into manageable steps, that is letting the GPS tell you 3 miles up here to the left, take exit 192 or whatever, right? So we embrace setbacks as learning opportunities and adjust the course as needed, because sometimes there's a detour along the way that makes us go off a little bit to get either back on track or to avoid construction or an accident or something that could be a little bit detrimental to us and to our time. Okay, that's why we always coach about obstacles and opportunities happen at the same time. Okay, whatever is a result, whether it's an obstacle and opportunity, will determine how you view it in that moment, how you respond in that moment, how you handle that moment, how you manage that moment. We also, to apply endurance in life, we have to be okay with facing adversity with courage, confronting challenges head on with resilience and determination, drawing strength from past successes, inner resources, going back on the support, getting plugged into coaching. Okay. So maintaining consistency and persistency is the third thing to apply endurance in life. Consistency and persistency, showing up continuously, putting in a sustainable effort, right? Focusing on progress rather than perfection, and celebrating victories no matter how big or small they are. They still deserve to be celebrated. Guess what? You got up today. You got out of the bed today. You got dressed today. You got in front of your laptop or whatever your business and your line of work is today, and you worked. Congratulations. Celebrate the small victories. You're making a step towards your goal. Now, whether it's 1 step or 11 steps, it doesn't matter. A step is a step. Progress is still progress. Victory is still victory. Okay. So similar situation in terms of taking endurance, applying it into our life and applying it into our business. The same persistence we have to have on the entrepreneurial side of things, right? We have to understand the same setbacks, the same obstacles, the same opportunities to grow from them. We have to understand learning from our mistakes and adapting strategies for long-term success. We have to understand professional resilience, how to navigate through our market challenges with adaptability, how to seek opportunities for growth and development when needed in the face of adversity. Fine-tuning yourself is how we activate endurance in our business. Now, one thing that I think is very important to understand in applying endurance in our business is leadership through turbulent times. Okay, leadership through turbulent times. This is inspiring. This is motivating your business, your clients, the people that you work with, et cetera, to persevere through uncertainty. And we do this by leading by example and demonstrating resilience in the face of challenges. We are the template leaders. Okay, I posted something on Facebook last week, and I asked, I said, how well have you led yourself, and have you led yourself well enough to earn the right to lead others? Okay, because if we ourselves can't be our own example, if we don't practice what we preach, right, then how are we going to effectively be able to instill that level of value in the lives of others that we do lead? Okay, so again, real quick recap on endurance before we talk about distinction. Okay, characteristics of endurance: resilience, determination, and patience. How do we cultivate this endurance? Develop mental toughness, strengthen physical stamina, and nurturing emotional well-being. How do we apply this? We set goals, expectations, we face adversity with courage, and we apply these as leading by example steps. Okay, showing others how to maintain consistency, how to maintain persistence, how to persevere through times of uncertainty. Okay, now we take endurance and we apply that to distinction, which is the last thing that I want to wrap up with today, because distinction is going above and beyond to stand out above the crowd. Now, how do we take endurance and use it with the final acronym of D.E.F.I.N.E.D, which is D and stands for distinction? How do we use endurance into distinction? Well, endurance is allowing us, it's encouraging us to persevere in the time of adversity, right? When things are uncertain. And so that means that we've got to do a little bit extra step, right? We got to kind of go a little bit above and beyond in order to make this thing happen and work. Well, by definition, distinction is going above and beyond. And when you do that, you stand out from the crowd. So that's how they go together. Because if business, for an example, to all my entrepreneurs out there today, if business, for an example, is tough, if the market is tough, if business is down, if things are uncertain, if the media is going crazy, if it feels like the bottom's falling out, or whatever it feels like to you is going on in that business at that time, and you decide to be the cutting edge, you decide to be the one that is going to operate in endurance and apply endurance into life and business, and rise above, because you are embracing the discomfort of challenges, because you are now growing and you're growing stronger than what the market is making you to become. In other words, you're going above and beyond. Now you have separated yourself from the standard quo. You've separated yourself from the status quo. You separated yourself from the crowd, from the general rule of thumb, from the general topic of conversation. You're doing something different and you're standing out because you endured. That is distinction. It's going above and beyond to stand out from the crowd. Okay? So this is setting yourself apart because of unique qualities, skills, achievements, recognizing that you're offering something different in your field. Okay? Now, we coach quite often with our clients as well about the level of service. How well are you serving yourself, and how well are you serving others? And is your level of service to others setting you apart from your competition? Okay? Are people getting a level of service from you that they're not getting from nobody else? So here are the characteristics of distinction. Number one, innovation. New ideas, new approaches, redefining the norm. Okay? Number two, excellence, which is consistently delivering high quality performance. Number three, influence, which is inspiring and influencing others through one's actions and contributions. Now, we take those three things, innovation, excellence, and influence, and we now start to cultivate distinction by applying those in the method of going above and beyond, taking them a step further to stand out from the crowd. Okay, so we identify strengths, we identify passions, We reflect on personal talents and interests, aspirations, goals, and we leverage those strengths to excel in those particular areas of focus. Okay? We continue learning and we continue developing. The moment anybody thought that they've ever arrived and they stop learning is the moment you have become severely in trouble. So consistently, you seek for opportunities for growth. You seek for skill enhancement. You embrace challenges as opportunities for learning and improvement. That is continuous learning and development. So if we're going to cultivate distinction, we've got to continue to grow. Okay? Anti-distinction says, I've grown up, I don't need nothing else. And then you become extinct in your distinction. Okay? Another way to cultivate this is building a unique brand, building a unique identity, building a unique message. Okay? Developing a distinct personal, professional brand, communicating that value proposition in a very different and effective way is cultivating distinction. What is setting you apart? What do you offer that nobody else in that field, organization, industry, space, or whatever can offer? And then once we've got to that point, then we apply distinction in life and business, and this is how we do it. We pursue excellence in all endeavors. Okay? We make impactful contributions. That's number 2. And number 3, we inspire others through leadership. Okay, so what product and service are you providing that is offering a unique value proposition that distinguishes you differently from everybody else, especially if you're offering a product or a service where you are in competition with others, right? Innovation and adapting to meet customers' needs and preferences. How are you listening to what your market is asking from you, right? Are we building a reputation of excellence? Are we leading with vision and influence? I want to leave you with this as we get ready to recap, that as we leave out these 7 days to define, I want you to take something that has really stuck out to you in this last message between endurance and distinction. And I want you to focus on that one main thing, identifying it, increasing it, polishing up, and engrafting it into your life and into your business. Now, once you've got that, move on to the next thing that you thought, wow, that was really powerful. That was really cool. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Now, here's the thing. What I'm doing is because I 100% believe in the concept of all of this type of material, not just because they're great content or anything like this, because they have personally changed my business. They have personally changed my life. And I know that there's somebody out there that needs that as well. So for the first 5 individuals that privately message me, if you're watching this video and you catch this at the end, for the first 5 individuals, okay, that reaches out to me and says, Ryan, I need this. I need this on a bigger level. I need this on a higher level. I need this more on an intimate level. How do I do this? Because what I do know is what I'm doing is not working. Right? So how do I shift and get into something new? I'm offering things, high-level incentives that I will have a conversation with you about at the conclusion of this. But I want to help the first 5 people really, really coach and get this in their lives, really, really implant and impart this into their life and walk it out in a quick, timely manner. We have to bring in definition. We have to practice empathy. We have to understand our faith. We have to have integrity. We have to practice nobility. We have to have endurance, and we absolutely have to practice and get comfortable with our distinction in order for us to succeed in our life and in our business. Okay? So, again, quick recap. Characteristics of distinction: innovation, excellence, and influence. Cultivating distinction means that we are identifying strengths and passions, we are continuously learning and developing, and we are building a unique brand and identity. And we're applying this by pursuing excellence in everything that we do, making impactful contributions, inspiring others through leadership. Okay, so that is how we practice endurance. That is how we then take endurance into distinction, and we rise above everything that we are facing, and we become the new norm. Okay, we take that, we put that into our lives, we put that into our businesses. All right, so it is Monday, April 8th. We are officially rocking and rolling into the month of April. I appreciate all of your time. Thank you so much. Please go back and watch the remainder of the other sessions as we go through those particular topics. And again, if you need something, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm super, super excited to have the opportunity to assist. And I've opened up my one-on-one coaching slots, by the way. I've opened them up. The first X amount of people that I am allotting is the first come, first serve. Once they're full, they're full. If I have the opportunity to open up more, I certainly will do that. But I would definitely encourage you, at least at a bare minimum, to reach out to me. Let's book a free discovery call. Let's dive into some of this and figure out if we got alignment and if there is a solution that I can help bring to the table to change the trajectory of your life. It's working. It's necessary. You are the one. This is the place. The time is now. Let's do this. If you need anything, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can see my contact information on the screen, Ryan@mylifedefine.com. Check out the website at mylifedefine.com as well. Private message me at the conclusion of this video if you have any questions, needs, or anything I can assist you with. You all have a fantastic day. I speak blessings upon you. Let's go win today. Let's take life by the horns. Let's own it. All right, let's define our business, define our life. Let's define our finish, and let's start it today. All right, y'all have a great day.